Hello again, everyone. This is your favorite nonfiction author, Matt D. Talford. And today, no, this is not a Matty's Rap episode. This is just Matt chatting with you all. And so, yesterday was Sunday, and I typically like to do a Sunday edition of Matty's Rap. I didn't do one, but this isn't going to be Matty's Rap today. I just wanted to give you guys some food for thought. Are you getting what you expect? Are you getting what you expect? Think about that for a minute. Because my answer to that question is yes, you are absolutely getting what you expect. Now, the thing that you need to remember is that our expectations and our desires aren't necessarily the same thing. Why do I say that? Well, it's because when you desire something, you're typically desiring something that you don't already have. A man who has a jar full of chocolate chip cookies doesn't really desire a chocolate chip cookie because he already has them. So, I mean, if he's got a taste for one, now you could argue the degree of desire, whatever. I won't really get into that. I mean, if you got chocolate chip cookies in your house and you know you can go get one whenever you want it, that's a little bit different than a deep desire to have chocolate chip cookies. You don't have a deep desire to have chocolate chip cookies when you got it in the house, okay? Now, desires versus expectations. When you desire something, you typically desire something that you don't have, okay? When you expect something, it really is going to manifest itself whether you desire. You're not even thinking about it in terms of desire when it's an expectation, because when you expect something, you get it. Case in point, there's a friend of mine who I won't name. Well, let's just say his name is Mike. So Mike, if you're watching, yeah, you know what? I shouldn't do that, but you know what, Mike, if you're watching this, so be it. I'm going to use you for an example. Let's just say I have a friend named Mike, and this friend and I have we've challenged each other for years on the video game sports video games consoles. We play football, and we do a lot of these days. We don't do much football. We do a lot of NBA when we have some spare time because both of us are always busy. But the thing is, desires versus expectations. Here's the thing. Now, there's a few of the guys that I play with on a regular basis. A lot of them are my family members, and if my brother's watching this, I already know he's going to say something slick. By the way, as a quick commercial break, check out that beautiful nonconformist shirt. It's you can find that. It says nonconformist, and then I've got two versions. I've got a scripture version and a non-scripture version for those of you that don't want to deal with the scriptures for whatever reason. But it's nonconformist. You can't really see it. There, you can see it. Also got a chain and an emblem in the way. But you can pick that shirt up at www.talfordarts.com. Now, that scripture, Romans 12:2 says, "Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." Okay? And that kind of works along the lines of expectation. So anyway, let's get back to it. Desires versus expectation. My brothers. When I'm playing my brothers in NBA 2K, I want to say I probably got a 90 to 95% win percentage against them. Now, my older brother, I'm expecting him to comment on that because he's not going to like it. He's probably going to say it's not true, but you know what it is, bro. Now, when I'm playing my brothers, I've got a 95% win percentage against them. When I'm playing my friend Mike, I want to say my win percentage is probably closer to maybe 45%. Just being honest. Now, you might ask yourself why. And actually, that's up because it used to be lower than that. But you might ask yourself, well, why? Is he that good? He is good. No shade, Mike. If you're watching this, you know that I know that you're good, and I recognize and acknowledge that. But the difference is, when I'm playing my brothers, I expect to win. And I get that. When I'm playing Mike, I desire to win and I hope to win. But the reality is I don't really expect to win. And so I'm trying to figure out how to change that expectation. But on the flip side, I do believe that when Mike is playing me, he expects to win. Now, how did he get into that position? Maybe it came from winning so many games when we first started playing years ago. That, hey, when you're beating a guy this 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a row, whatever, you start to expect to win when you play that person. And that paradigm is shifting. But anyway, back to my point. I use that as an example to say that you pretty much can manifest what you expect. I'll give you another example. I left corporate America in 2013. Let me go back further. I left home at the age of 17 and joined the Army. Got out of the Army, got a job when I was ready to get one. Why? Because I expected one. Now, I didn't know who I was going to run into in the interview. I didn't know who this person was that had an ad in the paper looking for a nurse tech for the ER at the hospital I worked at. But I expected to go in there and come out with a job, or, get hired. And I got exactly that. When it was time for me to leave working in healthcare and switch gears or switch careers to working in IT, I expected to land an IT job that made me happy, and I got it. Okay. When I started working at Microsoft and interviewed, I expected to. That is a funny story, but I won't belabor this by telling you that side story. But ultimately, I expected to land a role there because I knew who I was and what I brought to the table, and what I was good at and what I was confident at. So I got that. Another expectation is, though I've been up and down in my life with regards to finances and economics, I have always expected to eat. I came from a family of 6 kids, 2 parents, living in a 2-bedroom triplex in Long Beach, New York as a little boy. And you know what? No matter whether or not we had new clothes, which was less often than having new clothes, no matter what the situation was with the light bill or the rent, I always expected to eat. Now, I didn't always get what I wanted to eat per se, but I always ate something. My mother always made sure that we had something, even if it was just taking some flour and mixing that with water and dropping some Crisco shortening on a pan and saying, "This is your dinner tonight. Here's a little bit of butter. There's maybe a little bit of syrup in there. You guys share it. Try to stretch it out. I'll stretch it out. Make sure each of you got something to dip it in." That was dinner some nights. Some nights dinner was ketchup and rice, but I always ate. And so why? It's because I expected to eat. And even to this day, I've been up and down in my career as, I left a great salary in corporate America in 2013 when I decided I wanted to strike out and do my own thing. And even though there have been times when I've done well, or had periods where I've done well financially, and other periods where I looked up to the heavens and said, "Why am I doing this? Why do you have me doing this?" But I always expected to eat, and I've always eaten. So the point I'm getting to as I wrap this up is that you get what you expect out of life. Okay, so I don't believe that desire and expectation is the same thing. I desire some things career-wise, or have desired some things career-wise that I have not gotten or have not received. And I think that what that has boiled down to is, what was my level of expectation? What has my level of expectation been with regards to that? And I realized when I examined myself that I wanted those things, I desired them, but didn't really expect to get them. Didn't expect to get the results. So to wrap this up, what I'm saying is if you find yourself desiring something, check your desires. It may be something you're desiring that maybe you don't need, because the things that we need, we expect to get, and we most often get them. Now, if you're desiring something that you're not getting, then it may not necessarily be something that you don't need, but it may be something that deep down inside you don't expect to get. So check your expectations. Check your expectations. I just want to leave that with somebody. I don't know who needed to hear that. I mean, heck, I might watch this a month from now and need to hear it myself and be happy that I recorded it. So anyway, keep doing what you're doing. Keep your head up. All praises to the Most High, if you believe in Him. And listen, stay on your grind. Check your expectations. If you're not getting what you think you should have, or you're desiring something and it has not manifest, you really need to check your expectations. If you expect something, you will get it. Hope that helps somebody. Have a great day. Peace.